Hey guys, it's Bob Ferngren and I'm back with another 8-minute video on network marketing and specifically social media. In a previous video, I talked about all the platforms that you can be on: Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, Snapchat. And today what I want to talk to you about is master them one at a time. Master them one at a time. Be great at building your brand on one platform. Now, for most people, that's Facebook. And I really believe that's where most people need to start. Because here's how I kind of feel about Facebook. I really believe that people are going to, no matter how you meet them, they're going to go check out your resume on Facebook. Your resume meaning what? Who are you? What are you all about? What kind of energy do you put out in the world? Are you even there? Hello? Hello? If you are there, is it always positive? I mean, would you be attracted to you? So I think you've got to always put effort into Facebook. Now, years and years and years ago, before this whole branding and marketing thing got red hot, I would do a little bit on Facebook. I would do a little bit on Snapchat, or on Instagram rather, a little bit on Twitter. But man, I was just hammering LinkedIn. Now, I think I've told you this before. I'm a tremendous overnight success. Took me like 4 or 5 years to really get to a serious full-time income in here. So I'm just joking about that. But what I am telling you is I kind of failed my way to success in network marketing. Meaning what? Well, one of the first things that happened to me is I realized there's literally millions and millions and millions, if not billions and billions and billions of people on social media in any 1 second than you're ever going to meet in your life. So I saw that as a numbers game. And then, because I kind of understood our business, you know, when you're selling products or services, you're adding to your income, which is wonderful, and you need to do that. When you're bringing aboard business builders that are actually working the business, you're multiplying your income. So with that as kind of the backdrop, I really focused my time and attention on LinkedIn, where people took it real serious. I mean, everybody on LinkedIn isn't there to play games or, excuse me, or just, pass time, if you will. They're really going there to network with people, to build, a potential connection or a relationship, to share what they do, to give referrals, and hopefully to get referrals. And so, because the people were more serious when I did a reach out message or I did post, I got serious people responding to me. And then over time, because I played the long game, right? I'm not playing the, how much can this week's check be? I'm playing the long game. Like, where am I going to be in a year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years? So I knew the deal was to stay with it. And so then I began to get breakthrough. Now, I've gone on to be one of the most successful network marketers on the planet Earth in terms of income over the last 10 years. And I don't brag about that. I give God all the glory for that. But one of the reasons is that about 65% of my check came from ice cold LinkedIn relationships that I built. Ice cold LinkedIn. So what's the big deal about LinkedIn? Well, one, you're going to look at it and say, oh, that's not as easy as Facebook, but that's because you're used to Facebook, because you're comfortable with Facebook. But kind of get over it. I mean, really, what is any social media branding? One, it's posting regularly about who you are, what you do, where you're going, and why you're doing it, with your company, and selling products really, really low, and your life and what you're personally passionate about being really, really high. The more content you give freely, the more eyes you get on you. Well, that's not different over in LinkedIn. It's the same exact thing. One, you're going to have a profile page. You're going to have a personal page over there. And guess what? It has a cover page and it has a place for a picture. That sounds familiar. You're going to put up a bio. That sounds familiar. And you're going to connect with people. That sounds familiar. One of the greatest differences, and you're going to have a wall for posting regularly out there for your connections to see and pass along. One of the biggest differences is the fact that it's kind of like that, how many steps you're removed from Kevin Bacon thing, 7 steps from Kevin Bacon or whatever it was. Your connections have connections and their connections have connections. So there's this really cool thing that comes out of all this is that you're able to connect with a whole lot more people around the globe. Around the globe is really the truth about LinkedIn. And you're going to see it's probably now over 50% people outside the United States, if not higher, because professionals around the world are professionally on LinkedIn. Okay, but here's one of the things I love the most and where I found the most fruit was in the groups. There's literally a group for everything you can possibly imagine. Not just business related, but other interests, other hobbies are in there. And so you can connect, you can join these groups. Some of them are just open to the public. You join, some you got to get approved by the administrators, but those are available for you to group. Now you can then the group acts like a public page. You can post on the wall, you can connect with everyone in the group, and some of these groups have thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people in them. As I've talked to you about in previous videos, maybe you and your company are already doing this. Most of our connecting with people is done through reaching out on messaging. Messaging is great over on LinkedIn. You're going to be able to connect with people over there. See, here's one of the main reasons you want to be on LinkedIn. After you've really tightened up your Facebook, because people now know you're serious. People know you're taking this serious now. This isn't some pretend thing, come to my party and I'm going to sell you something. This really kind of says to the world, this person's really kind of a player. I mean, they're serious about their business. They're building an online business. They have a presence in social media, and they have a presence with consistency of involvement, posting, commenting, liking, messaging, giving value on LinkedIn. Now, I'm going to share more about LinkedIn in the coming videos, but here's the deal. Is there a question you should be on LinkedIn? No, there isn't a question. You should be on LinkedIn. Now, again, if you're brand new to this whole thing, master Facebook first, follow your team leaders, do what they're doing. But at some point, if you're going to become a professional in network marketing, you have to be on LinkedIn. Hey, let's go.